Good evening, VB Nation. My name is Ryan. Welcome to the channel. It's always a pleasure. Now, tonight's presentation, big moves in the market. Did anyone see CNC, Centene Group, right? Down over 30%. There will be winners and losers from this big, beautiful bill, which will probably be passing here, any day as we speak. But there will be winners, right? And the winners is what we want to focus on. But not only the big, beautiful bill, but the potential for more interest rate cuts. There's been a lot of pressure from the Trump administration to put cuts. We've all seen the news. I'm not going to get into the politics of it, right? I've said it before. Who benefits from interest rate cuts? Growth stocks, right? And I see a special group of growth stocks right now showing a lot of momentum to the upside. Big movers today, and you are familiar with them. It's going to be quantum computing. Now, I will acknowledge that semiconductors will also benefit from this. That will be on tomorrow's presentations. I did see some of the highlights of the big, beautiful bill. A lot of incentives, a lot of tax incentives for semiconductors. We'll cover that and how that will affect that industry. More importantly, some of the domestic ones, right? So we're going to focus on tomorrow evening. But tonight, I'm going to show you some momentum stocks that are continuing that upside momentum right now. I mean, why go against the trend of the market? All of our market timing signals are up. I see green lights in the color guard as we speak. Therefore, I'm going to be bullish in the market, and I want to show you these positions. We've got rgti, atom, qbits, ionq, qbt. So let's go ahead and jump in the software, take a look at our proprietary indicators, and see if these positions are still worth the hype. As 4th of July approaches and we celebrate our nation's independence, let VectorVest help you with your financial independence. A trial just 99 cents over the next 30 days. Just go to vectorvest.com/YT. The special ends July 7th. Stocks out there. We've got rgti, quantum computing, qubit, right? Atom, ionq, and D-Wave. You can see the momentum there. I mean, the lowest one over 3% today, so you can see exactly why I'm putting this on your radar. Now, none of them have a buy recommendation right now. They are overvalued. They've been overvalued. These are essentially hype stocks right now. Fundamentally, not there. Look at the forecasted data. Negative for the most part, right? The only one I could really get excited about would be D-Wave or quantum or qubit out of this list when it comes to the forecasted data. But the focus right now, RT relative timing is our technical indicator, looking at the short-term price trend, right? And look at CI. This looks at the stock's ability to resist lengthy or severe price declines. So you're not getting much favor when it comes to fundamental analysis, forecasted data, when it comes to quantum computing stock. These have been pushed in overpriced territory, according to the VectorVest valuation. Now, it just means that investors are willing to pay a premium for some of this technology here. Again, it's quantum computing. It easily has the ability to change the world going forward, similar to AI, right? But it's a little bit further down the road. So let's go ahead and jump in the charts, because the technical analysis is what we need to focus on when it comes to these positions. Now, again, before we go through these charts, these are very volatile stocks. Not the strongest fundamentals, very poor fundamental ratings. We saw the RV and RS. These are speculative in nature. So if you're not comfortable with that, if you're not comfortable with volatility, these are not the stocks for you. Just want to put that out there. Now, as far as rgti, right? Look at that big body candlestick today. Very little wick at the top, showing that buyers are in control. Not only did we move above the 20-day EMA, but we are in the fast lane here above that standard deviation of 1 of the Bollinger Band. Now, as far as a price target or some resistance that could come in, I'm looking around $15 here. If I zoom out to a 6-month chart, you can see level of resistance here, several prior swing highs coming in right around $15. But overall, a lot of consolidation between $5.06 and $15.15. You can see so we are in the upper half of this consolidation period right now, but from $12 to about $15 does give room for the bulls to make some money. Now here we have qubit over the last 6 months. Again, price action remaining above that 20-day EMA, nice level support here, several touches. Now, as far as price action getting into the fast lane, it is approaching it right now. We can see the upper band at 1957. Currently, we're at 1947. So if you're already in the position, you're probably going to have some more confirmation to the upside here shortly. But if we get rejection at this band, or if you're thinking about getting into this position, look for some confirmation above this 1957 level, putting us into the fast lane. On top of that, look at RT relative timing down below. Again, this just lets us know when the short-term price trend becomes favorable for the bulls. That rating came favorable above the oscillation point of 1 on May 2nd. You see RT was at 1.38. Price action, the close that day was $8. Since then, RT has gained at 1.62 and price action now approaching $20. Now here's the stock that's a little lackluster. We've got Atom, it's a semiconductor manufacturing company. Now if we take a look here, you see price action utilizing that 20-day EMA as a level of resistance. On top of that, we can see the momentum to the downside with price action below that Bollinger Band. Now we do see it rising just above that Bollinger Band if I zoom into a 1-month time span. Nice candlestick today. But for any kind of confirmation or show me that this downward momentum is starting to wane, I'd like to see price action above the 20-day EMA. You want some more confirmation? Get it above the upper Bollinger Band. But really, the VectorVest 7 system will tell you when is a good time for the bulls, or at least let you know when the short-term price trend is in the favor of the bulls. We see RT right now at 0.82. Let that get above 1. Wait for the confirmation. Have some patience on this position. Now, I do like ionq. It's a great company here. You can see a nice trend line forming, several touches on that trend line. As long as price action stays above that trend line here, you can see it's already above the 20-day EMA and has risen back into the fast lane as of now. Now, as far as resistance, I can see a zone here from about 45, 48. I've got to about 48.92. Right now, price action's at 41.46, giving us some upside potential till we reach that zone. Now, we see RT relative timing here went favorable. Again, back in early May 2nd here, RT was at 1.23. The close that day, $30.92. Both rising here. We see RT now at 1.59 and the price action coming in at 41.51. So as long as that RT relative timing remains in favorable territory, I would be optimistic for the bulls. Now here's a position we could see price action trying to get back above that 20-day EMA, which currently sits at $15.11. Right now we're at $15.26. I do see an upper wick here, so I want to see a little bit more confirmation to the upside before jumping in on this position. But overall, with RT relative timing, again, letting us know that the short-term price trend was becoming favorable back in May. Huge strides in this position since then. The close that day coming in at 10.42. Now price action sits at 15.27. But just be a little bit cautious here as price action is making a series of lower lows. In addition, RT is making a series of lower lows as well. I'd like to see RT take out this prior swing high here at 1.71. Currently, we're sitting at 1.65. That is the confirmation I'd look for before entering this position. All right, thank you for sticking to the end. Again, a lot of these quantum stocks showing some momentum to the upside. There's a couple that needed just a little bit more confirmation. So if you're a speculative trader, if you're a momentum trader, I just want to put some growth stocks on your radar that's in a hot spot. Now, if you enjoyed tonight's presentation, make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you next week.